Okay guys, welcome back. I have another item that I picked up recently. It's the, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's the Hakkotsu Thunder B grenades. Now these are pretty awesome because it's a three-part system. Basically you have a 12-gram CO2 cartridge that goes into a core, they call it the core, and that screws to the top of this cartridge. When you let go of the spoon, the hammer goes down, hits the cartridge, it explodes. Now, they're saying that these are supposed to be the loudest, most realistic grenades on the market. I haven't reviewed a whole lot of the other ones out there, so I can't really attest to what they're saying, but I can tell you that these are very loud, and these are very awesome. So, give me a second to get this set up, and I will show you how the assembly works. Okay, so the completed product is going to look like this, okay? It looks very decent. Okay, it looks like the real thing. It's supposed to operate just like the real thing. So the way to set something like this up is you're going to have your hammer on here. Okay, and this is a little difficult to get open sometimes. You're going to pull this hammer back. Pull your spoon down. You're going to put your pin in the slot that's supposed to go into. And just ahead of time, what you want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and bend this slightly so that way you have less chance of it going off in your hands. You definitely don't want this going off real close to you because it is very loud, and when it ruptures, it could have potential to hurt you. So just make sure you have that pin in there nice and secure before you put your cylinder together. So these kits are going to come with a cylinder that has a gasket inside of them. If they don't come with them in there, you're going to have to set that up after you put the CO2 cartridge in there. So it's very simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put your CO2 cartridge in this housing, okay? And that's it for the CO2 cartridge. A regular 12-gram cartridge will work just fine. Most of everything on the market is going to be that, so you don't have to worry about too much variety. Now when you take this section here, this is going to actually be the pin, or the firing pin. It's a very sharp tip that's going to go ahead and puncture the top of that CO2 cartridge, and in turn that's going to make the pressure leave the CO2 cartridge and expand it within the shell casing of the grenade until it explodes. So you're going to screw that on. You want to make sure that it's nice and hand tight. You don't want to force it on there, just nice and snug. Take your cylinder you set up, and you're going to go ahead and screw that onto that section. Yeah, be careful you don't cross thread these. It seems like it'd be very easy to do so. There we go. Nice and snug. Now you're going to take your actual shell casing, and there's two ways. You can have one that's already set up. I'm going to show you how to put these on. Very simple. You put these caps on. These are designed to make this a little stronger on the side, so it's forced to kind of burst in the middle, and in theory it's supposed to be louder that way. So, and you're going to take your core, put it inside. You're going to twist this around until it's nice and tight on top. You definitely want this part to be tight though. Keep in mind they're plastic threads and you don't want to strip them out. If you strip them out, it's not going to hold the pressure as much as you think it's going to. Okay, so now we got that set up. Okay, now it's ready to go. Now with these are really awesome for the fields, but make sure before you buy these, check and make sure you're able to actually use them. Some fields don't allow them. Some have specific rules on where you can use them. For instance, where I go to, they say you have to roll these on the ground. You cannot throw them. And you cannot use them indoors, so we have to use them outdoors. So some places might have specific rules stating that you can use them for certain circumstances. So make sure you're following the rules at your field so you don't get in trouble. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this out to the warehouse and show you guys how it works and how it sounds. So here we are, we're in the warehouse, and it's going to be a little difficult for me to do with one hand, so bear with me here while I try to pull this pin out with the camera and the angle. So you're going to grab the pin, and you're going to twist around, okay, until that comes through. See how that came through right there? Okay, here's the pin. That's going to pull out. Okay. Hopefully I can switch hands here without letting this go. Okay. So here you go. You have your spoon assembly with a hammer. It's being held back right here. And that's the top of the striking pad. It's going to push the pin down on the CO2 cartridge. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this out in the center here. All right. There we go. Very loud. You can actually still hear it expelling a little bit. So we'll go ahead and take this back up and I'll go ahead and finish the video off with you guys. Now before we start, I do want to apologize for the actual camera angle. I had it in portrait, not landscape, so you're going to have the borders on there, but it does show what the functionality is. So if you have a big screen, it's not going to make that big of a difference, but I did want to apologize in advance just for that. Next time I'll try to remember so I don't make that mistake again. But here you go. Here's the end. It's split right down the middle like it was supposed to. The hammer is now down on top of the striking plate. And as you can see, it is very loud. They're very, very awesome products. And I actually, through this thing, you don't see any dents or any damage to the actual mechanism. So these are very cheap. So are these 12-gram CO2 cartridges too. So they're not gonna cost you a whole lot to run. So you can run these all day long for 20 bucks and you can get yourself a good 6 or 7 of them. So very good, very nice product. I like it. I think it's awesome. If you guys have any comments on this, or you guys want me to test out another type of grenade, I know there's a lot of them on the market. I haven't tried. I have used the tornadoes. I do like those, but this one is not really designed for being used for killing. It's more of a distraction device. It's not something you really want to put BBs into. It's not going to disperse how you want it to. You want to stick to buying something that is designed for that purpose if you want to use it for so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close off the video. If you guys like my videos, go ahead and subscribe, like, leave a comment. If you want me to go ahead and review another product, go ahead and leave a comment on there, and I will try to get to those as quickly as I can. And you guys have a great day.